Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from February 19th to the 25th, and I'm using this kit from Glam Planner that I think is called Cruella for obvious reasons, but I'm not totally sure. I didn't see the name on the sticker sheets, and maybe it was on the plastic, but I threw that away. I really like this kit, and I really like how it came out, but of course, once again, I got a smaller kit than I should have, but they can get pricey. I did have, a label sampler or add-on, a label add-on, but I really needed more little things. So I ended up having to go through my extras, and I'm sure you'll notice that some of the colors are slightly off in certain places. But I still think it looks good. I'm a sucker for a red and black kit. I just think it looks really cool, especially with this having 3 grayscale colors and then, and then a red. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it came out. But you will see that I didn't have enough full boxes for my sidebar, so I sort of had to improvise. And also, this kit did not come with a full set of glitter headers. It only came with the top row, so I didn't have any to put on my sidebar. Fortunately, I found some red. This is a slightly darker red, and it's also on matte paper, but I think it works just fine. I try to save any extra glitter headers. Like if I have a full set of a color, I save them, and luckily I had a red. So I did double up the glitter headers to try to use up some of the extra space, but I still could not fill the whole sidebar, so I did just sort of like bullshit towards the bottom, and I put a label that I had, and it matches the glitter headers. It's from the same kit, or the same freebie. It was actually a freebie. And you're not going to see it in this plan with me. I do apologize, but I literally just did it before I did this voiceover. I added the exclamation mark icon that came with the kit, and I just put my weight for that week. And then I still needed to take up some space, so I used one of the habit trackers, and I actually do track habits in my functional planner, so I just went in there and copied one of the habits down, and I chose stretching, which I managed to do 5 out of the 7 days this week. So it's okay. I'm still not loving using any sort of functional situation on my sidebar, but I think it looks decent, and I do like the solid red glitter headers. As far as my plans for this week go, there was some stuff that happened. Stuff actually happened this week, so not your norm for once. So the first thing I'll talk about is on Monday, there was a huge fire less than 2 blocks from my apartment. Like, if I walked outside and just looked to the left, I saw a huge fire. And I don't remember how many firemen there were, like 100 or something like that. Like this crazy amount of firemen were there. I thought maybe like 10. And this thing was going all day into the night. And from what I heard, nobody was hurt. However, the entire building's gone, and a little bit of damage to the adjacent building. But yeah, at least nobody was hurt, and at least it wasn't my building, you know? Yeah, that was annoying. And then that same night, the power went out, and it's weird. The power only went out on my block, even though we're not the block with the fire. So I don't know if it was related. I have to assume it was related, because that's 2 really weird things to happen in one day. But yeah, the power went out for quite a while, and that was really annoying. And then there was this cop parked outside of my bedroom window screaming on his megaphone to all of the cars to turn around and not go down the street because there was a fire. But he was so aggressive with it, like way too aggressive. I could hear him from every single room in the apartment, and he was at it for well over an hour, just screaming. Other things that happened this week, I guess I'll mention quickly. I just wasn't doing well being in office. I know, poor me, blah, blah, blah. Everybody goes to the office. Shut up. I don't like it. Okay. I really don't like it. It feels like such a waste of my life. And I was just annoyed that I was there this week. I believe this is the week that my only other coworker who comes into the office, he was sick on Monday, and then I'm not totally sure he told my boss that he wasn't coming in, but he just didn't come in for all 3 office days. He just was not there. So I was extra pissed that I was there. I sort of think she didn't know that he wasn't coming in because she asked me to have him move something heavy for me. And I covered for him and moved it myself, even though it was really hard and it was way too big for me. But whatever. I don't know. My point is that I was pissed I was there. And there was one day that I was going to try to leave on my break, but my boss messaged me saying that the candy that she ordered from Amazon for an upcoming conference was coming this day, and to let her know when it came. So I had to wait for the fucking candy, so I couldn't leave. It never ended up coming. It never came. So whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I just was struggling this week for some reason. I don't know why. I was just very uncomfortable being in the office. Then something that happened this week, this is like one of the worst things that has ever happened. I was not okay for like days after this happened. I had gotten the cats new cat treats that were like good for their teeth, and they had a ton of really good reviews. But I noticed they were like a weird shape, but everybody online said that like they're supposed to be that shape because then it gives the cat something to chew on. But it was a little concerning to me because Janet just swallows her food. She doesn't actually chew. And she was obsessed with these things. She loved the way they tasted. And I tried to break one. You can't break them. So I was like, okay, they have like 5 stars, so whatever, I'm going to try them. And Brad started choking. And I don't know how to explain it. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was not okay. And he wouldn't let me like help. I was Googling like what to do. I knew he could breathe. So, but still I almost drove him to the vet because there's a vet like a minute away. I didn't know what to do. He was like making this awful meow that I've never heard before. There was like bile and all this stuff like seeping out of his mouth, and it was all over his paw because he was sticking his paw in his mouth. I'm sorry, this is disgusting, but like I'm traumatized, so now I feel like you have to be traumatized. But he got it up. He finally got it up. I was horrified. There was like this gross stuff all over the floor and all over everywhere because he was like walking around. He didn't know what to do trying to get this thing out of his mouth. So I had to clean that up. And then I spoiled the ever-loving shit out of him. I gave him so many pets. I gave him one of those squeezy treats because those are his favorite. I gave him one of those and he was fine. He was totally fine, but I was so angry. And so I went back to look at all the reviews, every single one, just positive, positive, positive. Finally, I found one and the person said that their cat choked on the treat. And after that happened, they tried to break them and they couldn't. Like you basically have to smash them with a hammer. So, I haven't gotten rid of them yet because Janet really likes them, so I'm thinking of smashing them up into little pieces and just so that she can have them. But I haven't decided yet. I'm still sort of thinking about just throwing them away, even though they're like supposedly good, whatever. I'm really freaked out. So that happened on Friday, and then immediately after that, I clocked off for the day because I'm off at 3 on Fridays. And then at 3:15, I get a Teams message, and I have messages for Teams on my phone snoozed after 5 p.m. because I just don't want to see work pop up on my phone after 5 p.m. But I didn't set it for 3 p.m. on a Friday, so I was still getting messages, and I get this message from my boss, and she was like, I didn't open it, but I saw the preview come up on my my lock screen, and it said, I don't remember exactly. It was like, not sure why you marked this email as read only. And then she was like going on, but then I couldn't see the rest of the message without, actually opening it. And I didn't want to do that because I'm not fucking working out of working hours. but it just made me so nervous. And like, I was racking my brain. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? That's so unlike me. Like, how could I have looked at an email and just not answered a customer? Like, I don't think I would have done that. So yeah, I wasn't feeling great. I will say, which will obviously be in the next plan with me, but might as well tell you now, she was wrong. I don't even know what the rest of the message said, but she was wrong. She had deleted it by Monday and never brought it up. So I have a feeling, because she does this, she's like very like quick with everything. She like doesn't pause. So I think she saw that an email I answered still wouldn't close out. So I just marked it as read only, but I didn't just read it. I did answer it. Anyway, so yeah, she deleted the message that she sent me. But all weekend, I was sick to my stomach because I knew Friday I was going to have to answer this really stressful email about a mistake I made. And then on there was a lot this week. Then on Saturday, I think this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Joe was asked by his friend to play a birthday party, like guitar for her. She was going to sing at a birthday party, and he said I could come. And I really didn't want to. Like, it was cold outside. I was in my sweatpants. I just really didn't want to go. But last minute, I decided to go. And my God, I am so glad I went. This is one of those few moments. Nah, I shouldn't say few. This is one of those times, I feel like it's 50-50, where you don't want to leave and then you end up being happy you did. We ended up going to this place called the Black Squirrel Club. First of all, coolest venue you've ever seen. There are legit like church pews in the middle of this. I don't even know if you call it a bar. There is a bar. I don't know. Like, the chandelier was made out of like old crates and like, I don't know. It was insane. Look up pictures if you feel like it. And this was the most insane birthday party I've ever seen. It was like a 50th birthday party. They had drag queens performing. They had a burlesque dancer. They had a sword swallower who let people staple money to him. And he said you could staple money to, you could staple his scrotum to his leg for $100 or something like that. But everybody was too scared to. One person did do $100, but they were too scared to do his scrotum, so they just stapled it to his forehead. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it was like catered out the ass. There were free open bar, like insane. So I'm very glad I went. But anyway, let's get into the day by day. Real quick, forgive me if you hear Janet meowing in the background. She was just hunting some weird flying bug, and I whacked it out of the air because I thought it'd be easier for her to catch because these ceilings are so high. And now, oh, wait, maybe she found it. No, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, we both lost it after I whacked it out of the ground, and she's not happy about it. So I do apologize. That was my bad. I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry. I ruined her fun. But so yeah, she's going to be making noise, but we're going to keep going because I got to get this done. So anyway, first starting with Monday, oh my God, I marked that I went home to work because I work from home on Mondays. Then I fell asleep for a second while I was working, which is really bad. I know. I assume my boss didn't notice, but my team's status definitely went to away because I fucking fell asleep during work. That's not good, but it is what it is. Then, of course, I did a bunch of cleaning and laundry, but I didn't have space to mark it all, so I just marked that I cleaned stuff, and I used a script from the kit. This bucket's from a printable, and then the flag is from the kit as well. The house icon is from the kit, and then the munchkin is obviously Once More with Love. Then with this Nike sneaker that I think is from, no, I keep forgetting. Paper, something. Damn it. I don't remember. Anyway, if you want to know, I'll look up the shop. But now I think they're a printable shop anyway. They used to sell icons, and these tiny little shoes are the perfect size when you need a lot of space. Anyway, I marked that I did a back workout. Then I thought this was so clever. agree to disagree, but I used a Sticky Perks macaron and one of these corner hugging munchkins from Once More with Love to make it look like the munchkin is hugging a cookie. Because Joe, while I was working, he called and said he was going to drop off some Chick-fil-A nuggets because they've been having like free nuggets every time some sports team, I don't even know what season it is, but whenever some sports team does something, you get free nuggets. So he picked me up nuggets, and then he also got me my favorite cookies, which are those cookies you can get at any grocery store that are the frosted sugar cookies, like those soft cookies that you either hate or love. I love them. So he brought me some of those, and it was a little tricky because he couldn't get to my apartment because of this huge fire. And that's actually how I found out about it. Like, I heard all the sirens outside, but I live near the fire station. So I was like, there's a fire somewhere. Didn't realize it was right here. But he eventually got to me, and I went outside and we saw it. It was legit. There's actually been quite a few fires near me. There was one morning I couldn't get to work because my car was stuck between two fire trucks and there was a ton of smoke in the air. But anyway, I digress. I also marked the power outage this day because, like I said, there was a power outage, and the only good thing about that is I am able to use one of these Once More with Love power out stickers. And then the final thing for Monday was that I finished pulling, and I think this is just, again, from a printable kit. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that I was just annoyed that I was at the office because it was completely empty. We work in a co-working space because we're such a small company, and I'm not just talking about the fact that, like, I was the only person there for my company. I mean, like, nobody from any company was there. It was basically the receptionist, me, and like 3 other people in this huge 2-story space. And I was just like, this is so stupid. I could have stayed home and done the exact work from there. So, this flat lay. I think it's from a printable, actually. It is, which I thought was really cool that a kit came with some flat lays. I don't know. I just spaced out. Under that, with a WTF munchkin, I marked that I was having really bad, like, work anxiety / stress, I guess, because my boss was just asking so many questions, like one after the other. And a lot of them were sort of like obvious answers, or she would be like, you did this, right? You did that, right? Yes, and I sent you email confirmations. You're making me think I forgot to do these things that I did weeks ago. And I get it. She's just asking because she can't remember. But I'm the type of person where I think everything is my fault. So when you keep asking me if I did these things, I start thinking that I didn't. So that was really annoying. And then I found out that the big boss man over in our home office in Europe wants to start recording everybody's calls in the entire world. Okay, like right now, I think just Germany has this weird phone system, and like we have our own phone company here. Like every country has their own phone company. Well, he wants to implement one company-wide, and it's going to record all of our phone calls. So that's amazing for me, because sometimes when I'm having really bad phone anxiety and I can't do it, if I call somebody and I get an automatic like phone directory, I'll just listen to it for a few minutes to give myself a break and make it look like I'm making phone calls. I won't be able to do that anymore. So we'll see how long I last. Again, I thought this was a pretty good sticker combination right underneath because I decided to sneak home on my break. I was just so annoyed that I was there this day. Like, I just couldn't care less. Like, what are you going to do? Fire me? I'm going home. I have diarrhea. Leave me alone, which I didn't, but if anybody asked. This house is from the GP studio, and this little creepy munchkin is from Once More with Love, and I just think I'm sneaking home. I think it looks like a munchkin is sneaking off home. Anyway, then with another just printable sticker that came from a kit, I marked that on my walk. I walked so fast to get home because I only get a 30-minute lunch break, and I wanted to drop off an Amazon return on my way home, and it's slightly out of the way, so I was like practically jogging with my laptop on my back all the way home. Then I marked with a Sticky Perk slice of pizza that I had leftover pizza for dinner. Then I planned, and at first you'll see that I used this maroon leftover planner sticker. But then I realized that Glam planner kits come with a matching planner, so I just used that. And then under that, with this tooth sticker, I marked that I swapped out my Invisalign aligners. And then this puzzle piece is from my friend Ilza from Ilza's Melted Plans. I don't believe she has made a video in quite a while, but she is getting back into planning on her Instagram, so go check her out there. But she very, very kindly printed these out for me a while ago. And I think the only color, I might have like one yellow or something like that, but mainly the only color I've left is red. So I was really excited to be able to use them with this kit. But I marked that I worked on my puzzle. And then with another icon, I marked that I was just way too tired to apply to jobs. And yes, I know, I could have done job applications and all that crap and not done my puzzle, but mentally I needed to do the puzzle. It was self-care, okay? Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I had a really early day, and I also was going to have a late day because I had a doctor's appointment and it was going to be a long one. Okay, so I got to the office early and used a sleeping munchkin for that. Then I went to my appointment, which was like a 10, 12-minute walk from the office. I used a doctor emoji for this. I had to get a mammogram and ultrasound, which took forever since I was getting them both done in the same visit. And it was honestly because I think it saved me like $250, because if I had done them separately, I would have had to pay $500, because I think each test, like at least that's what the woman on the phone was telling me, like if I get them done together, it'll only be $250, but if I do them separately, it's $500. So obviously, but it took like almost 3 hours. And so that's all time I had to make up at work. So I think I did like an hour this day, an hour on Monday, and then I made up the other time throughout the week. Anyway, you don't care. So I did that. Then I marked that I worked late, and this is an I'd rather die munchkin, but I just cut off the text because I just felt like it was way too much text going on. With another Nike sneaker, I marked that I did an arm workout. And then I was so upset. I had just bought a new tub of sour cream, and this was my first time using it, and my dumbass left it out all night. I think I left it out all night, yeah. It was 1000% garbage. So I had to throw it away, and that just kills me, especially because I love sour cream with a lot of things, and not only did I just waste an entire container of it basically, but now I just didn't have it. So anyway, I used a Drama Queen munchkin for that because I was being very dramatic about it. Like, it's not the end of the world, it's just sour cream, but I was upset. Then I used another red puzzle piece to mark doing my puzzle. And then moving on to Thursday, I marked that I just hated it at the office. I'm telling you, this week I was just extra angry about being there. So I used this angry office munchkin for that. This is like a random sticker that I got off a freebie, but I think it's supposed to be candy of some sort. And I just wanted to mark that the candy never came, because that's the reason I couldn't try to go home on my break, because I had to inform my boss if this candy ended up coming before 5 p.m., which it never did. On my way home, I decided to stop at Giant to get some like random things. I think I got some like yogurt and maybe more sour cream. I think I did get more sour cream actually. Yeah, I did. Okay, you don't care, but basically I had opened up all of the ingredients to make quesadillas, and I didn't have sour cream. So I needed to get sour cream so that I didn't waste the rest of the ingredients, because they're only good for so long. So I stopped at Giant, I got some yogurt for sure, and then I definitely got sour cream. So that's what I went there for, and I just used the grocery sticker from the kit. Then I marked that I attempted to work out. It was very half-assed because I had not only walked all the way home, which is like over 1.5 miles, but I stopped at the grocery store, all carrying my laptop on my back. So I was very just exhausted, and I'm always tired on Thursdays, like just from the week. So it wasn't the most impressive workout. I used this emoji to mark that because I feel like he looks like he's struggling. With this sticker that is from a printable, I'm blanking on the shop, but I used it to mark more job hunting. Then with the YouTube icon from the kit, I marked that I did a voiceover. With this confused munchkin, I marked that I finished my puzzle, but I was missing 4 pieces. And I think I mentioned that I accidentally mixed the pieces. I still don't know how this happened. But I mixed the pieces of a 500-piece puzzle with this 1,000-piece puzzle that I wanted to do. And they're both from the same, artist. It was like a value set of puzzles. I think it came with 2 300s, 2 500s, and 2 1,000s, all in the same box. And so, yeah, 2 of them got mixed up. And I went through every single piece of this 500-piece puzzle and still couldn't find the 4 missing pieces to the 1,000-piece puzzle. Anyway, shut up. Moving on. After that, I read, and I used another one of these little printable girls because I think she's cute. Moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was that I worked, and you don't have to tell me. I went about planning this day all types of wrong. I don't know why I know why I used the flag because I was running out of stickers, but I forgot to look and there was a lot of crap that I had to shove in this day. So because this flag took up so much space, all the rest of my plans are real cramped in there, but whatever, it is what it is. I do move some of them a little bit, but I do it off camera. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you suffer through that. But to mark work, I used a script from the kit and a Once More with Love time to work sticker. Then I renewed my registration online and used the car icon to mark that. This is a Glam planner sticker, but it's not from the kit. I don't remember, Kisma or something. Anyway, I marked that it was raining out, and I did write an exclamation point, but that's honestly just because the spacing was off. I wasn't that excited about the rain, but it just looked weird without it. Then with another printable girl, I marked that I requested my mail-in ballot. With another red puzzle piece, I marked that I found 2 of the missing pieces. Then Brad choked, and I used this Papershire cat to mark that. By far, I'm not gonna keep talking about it. And I'm sorry that I was graphic in my explanation, but anyway, I marked that. Then with a Future Me Problem sticker from Once More with Love, I marked that I got that stressful message from my boss. And just after the whole Brad thing, that was just I was like, why you gotta kick me when I'm down? Anyway, I wasn't doing well, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, so I just went and sat on the couch and watched Ocean's 8, which I've already seen, but I kind of just needed a blah movie to zone out to. I never ended up finishing it. It's not that great. I don't know what possessed me to put it on. I was not in the right frame of mind at the time. Then with a light bulb icon from the kit, I marked that I found the last 2 pieces, and I couldn't believe it. I had been looking for this one outer, border piece since beginning the puzzle. And I found it. How do I explain it? It doesn't matter. It was in a stupid spot. It was right in front of my face the whole time. But I'm just glad I found all the pieces. Then the final things for Friday that I shoved on one sticker because I ran out of space was I planned, and I used another printable sticker for that. And then a Once More with Love sticker. I marked that. Then I went over to Joe's place and we watched the challenge. Janet, please kill it. Please kill it. Hold on. Now Janet's upset that I killed the bug, but she was letting it go, and it was about to crawl behind my bag that I keep all of my stickers in, so it had to go. And I'm going to have to spray soon, which I hate. It's my least favorite part of the weather getting warm is I have to do a big deep clean of my bedroom and spray all the baseboards and all the windows because it's an old building. So that's definitely a next week task. We're not doing that. It's Wednesday, and I am not doing that tomorrow night. So anyway, back to the plans. Saturday, the first thing I marked was that I have to delete TikTok because I was scrolling like nobody's business. I'm happy to report that currently, April 10th, I am barely on TikTok at all. I ended up not having to delete it. I just sort of got a handle on it. I don't know how. It was really bad for a while because I just like didn't want to do anything except look at my phone on weekends, and it was just such a waste of my time. Then after that, I marked that I did a weekend workout, which I've been trying to do more of, but it's hard. It's really hard because I don't feel like getting all sweaty in the middle of the day, and I'm busy at night and I don't want to wake up early. So anyway, I have to figure that out. But I did one this day, and I used an icon from a different kit that I've had left over, but it was red, so I used it. Then with a nail polish sticker, I marked not doing my nails, but getting ready really quickly because I last minute decided I was going to go to this crazy birthday party. Then with this Halloween Papershire coffin sticker, I marked that we went to the Black Squirrel Club. And I also forgot to mention that there was a blood bath ceremony, blood something ceremony, where the birthday girl was drenched in what I hope was fake blood. And then, oh my God, and there were like these weird priests and priestesses, like fake ones, on the stage, like doing this whole spectacle thing. And then a bunch of her friends started lining up to get like blood crosses drawn on their face. It was wild. I opted out of that, but it was cool to see. Then with these old SPC balloons that I will be so sad when they're gone, and this like laughing munchkin, I didn't know what else to use. I just marked that it was the most insane birthday party I've ever been to, will ever be to. And then with this freebie from Scribble Prince Co., I just had his name in my head, and now I'm blanking on it again. Anyway, with this guy, I thought I was going to throw these away. To be perfectly honest, I almost did because I was like, I'm never going to use these ever. But he sort of looks like the guy who was doing the sword swallowing and the money stapling. So I used it to mark that. And then the final thing on Saturday with this concert sticker from, I'm not totally sure where, but I can find out if you're interested. I just cut off the word concert and used the guitar to mark that Joe and his friend finally performed. They had to follow the sword swallower, I believe. I wouldn't want to do that. Then finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked was that, yes, I scrolled again, and I hated myself for it, but it's just so easy to get sucked in. I keep telling myself I'll just scroll while I enjoy my Red Bull, and then I'll put my phone down, and I never do. Then I marked that I was furious at myself. I was mad at myself because I forgot that CVS is closed now for lunch, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but I'm pissed at myself for not realizing that they close at like 1:30 or something. And I walked all the way to CVS even though I didn't feel like going anywhere to go get my birth control, and they were closed. So I was very upset. With this icon, it's from the same kit as the sneaker that I used on Saturday. I marked that I read, and then Joe saved the day because I just really didn't want to go back to CVS. He went and got my birth control for me, and then he also brought back milkshakes. So that was really nice. This milkshake, I want to say it's from Anxiety AIDS. I don't think it is. I can find out. Again, if you're interested, it's just like a whole sheet of milkshakes. And then this birth control sticker is from Sticky Perks. Then under that with a red PlayStation controller, I'm blanking on this. No, I think this is Stellabo Sticker Co. I think so. I marked that I played Hogwarts Legacy for a little while. Then we checked and added fluids to the Nissan. Yes, I know. And I used this emoji doing an oil change for that. Then with this FU sticker, I marked that this guy almost ran right into us. Like he was swerving into our lane, and Joe had to like beep, and then he swerved over. And then as we're passing him, his wife who I assume is his wife, in the passenger seat is like mouthing like, I'm sorry. And she's like giving a wave. And I guess that upsets her husband because then he gets behind us and starts beeping at us. And I just hate people so much. Like, I get it. You're a big, strong man. You got embarrassed because you made a whoopsie, and now you need to, like, pretend like it was our fault for just existing. But, like, go fuck yourself. Anyway, I just marked that because I don't know. I really hate people. Even when it's completely their fault, they will follow you and beep at you. Even his wife knew it was his fault. Anyway, I marked that we went food shopping and I needed to get stuff for my apartment, like toilet paper and hand soap and all that. And I just used an icon to mark that. I think it's the same icon as like the books and the sneaker. With a Sticky Perks Domino's sticker, I marked that we got Domino's at 10 p.m. And I don't like eating that late, but it just happened. It is what it is. I don't like it. It's just, I'm not going to get into it. We ate dinner at 10 fucking p.m. Then with the Sticky Perks remote control, I marked that we also watched SNL, but I just marked that we tried The Bear again and it was boring. And the final thing for Sunday, of course, was that I had the Sunday scaries and I didn't go to bed until 1:30 a.m. and I used an insomnia munchkin for that. So that is everything for this week. It was I think a lot happened this week. For me, this was a lot. So I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry this is a little bit long, but I had a lot to say. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Now we're finally into March. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Post Malone. I just remembered his name. Post Malone.